What's going on, guys? It's Matt from the LA Sports Brotherhood, and today I'm going to be diving into what fans are most worried about when it comes to this team, and that is the starters, specifically Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Jack Flaherty. So far in this series, they have not performed well at all, going a combined 8 1/3 innings, giving up 9 runs with just 3 strikeouts. Now this is very worrisome because these are the two guys that we should depend on. With Buehler having a rough season and Mack being just a rookie, we don't know what we will get out of them, but Yamamoto and Flaherty are supposed to be our two guys that we trust when they get the ball. So what has gone wrong for them? Starting off with Yamamoto, first of all, there's obviously rookie nerves involved because he is making his first ever postseason start. But not only that, he also has not pitched much since coming back from injury, and I do expect him to get better 100%. In this game, there are two big things that affected him. The first and most important being his lack of command over the splitter. In this game, he threw 13 splitters, 9 of them were balls, and just got one swing and miss on it, giving up 2 hits, including a home run. That is not the performance that pitch usually gets, and he could not throw it for a strike, but not just that, it was incredibly flat. And if you know anything about baseball, when you don't have your primary out pitch and you can only throw fastballs, it's not going to be a good day for you, and that's exactly what happened. The second thing that kind of goes hand in hand with the lack of the splitter was hits with 2 strikes. In the first inning, he had Machado in a 1-2 count and hung an 0-2 splitter, and Manny took it for a ride. And with the stuff Yoshi has, that should never happen. And then you fast forward to the third inning, he has 2 outs, a runner on second, and he has Jackson Merrill 0-2. This was a golden opportunity to put back-to-back zeros on the board after a rough first inning and be able to pitch deeper in this game. But he ends up walking him after an 0-2 count, which eventually leads to a Bogarts double and Yoshi having to leave the game. In this at-bat, after he was 0-2, he threw 3 splitters in the dirt, which goes back to the point I said earlier about not being able to throw it. But what was even more frustrating in this 3-2 count was he had him 3-2, he has thrown 2 splitters already, and they both were in the dirt. Why are we going back to that pitch for a third time when he has yet to land it for a strike all day? Go to the fastball, go to the curve, anything but the splitter in this scenario, and he threw it again, and yet again it went in the dirt. So that was not a good sequence, and it cost us in the long run. Overall though, it was just a tough game for Yoshi, but this isn't something where he just got lit up and there is no hope, he's done for the postseason. No, he did not execute with 2 strikes, and it led to runs. And why didn't he execute with 2 strikes? Because of the lack of command over his splitter. If he can get a feel for that splitter in his next outing, he will be just fine. Now moving on to Jack Flaherty, he performed much better as he at least went deeper in the game, but it still wasn't enough. The problem for Flaherty in this game was he just could not get any swing and misses. He threw 90 pitches in this game and got just 5 swing and misses all game. And this is very worrisome because in his last 4 starts, he has struggled and his velocity has been down. And as we all know, the ability to miss bats is crucial in the playoffs. Now, he wasn't all that bad in this game. He only allowed 5 hits, 2 of those were to Tatis, and he's just on fire. And one of them was a bunt. The biggest problem for him this game was that home run given to Peralta. That really blew up the outing. For me, there are 3 big keys for Jack Flaherty throughout this postseason, and if he can do these, I will be happy. If he doesn't, then we'll be in trouble. The first one is to limit the free passes, and this is an obvious one, but it's crucial especially for him because he has had struggles with home runs, and we cannot afford runners on base for 2-run or 3-run shots or maybe even a grand slam. He did a pretty good job of that with this game with just 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch, but the second one is to not let the other guys beat you. Whether it's the Padres or we get to face the Phillies or Yankees, all of these guys have superstars. You see it with Tatis, Harper, Judge, a lot of superstars in the game. Those guys are going to get hits. Tatis is going to get hits. He did. I am okay with that. He is probably the hottest hitter on the planet. But you can't let the bottom of the lineup hit off you. Those are outs that you need, and you cannot allow the bottom lineup to get runners or the top of the lineup to drive in. And the final and most important key is to have full accuracy with the fastball and not fall behind counts. As I said, his velo has dipped, which makes it so important not to miss over the middle with his fastball and not throw balls with that pitch. Especially since his off-speed stuff is so good, he needs to stay ahead in counts because that is where he is dangerous, when he has both his curve and his slider to go to an 0-2, 1-2 count where he has pitches to waste. So it is vital for him to get ahead in counts, and in the Peralta at bat, he did the opposite and we paid the price. So here's how the sequence went. He missed badly with a curve, so it's 1-0, then Peralta fouled back a slider to even it up, and at 1-1 he throws a fastball that misses high. And what did we just talk about with falling behind in the count? But at this point, Peralta has seen all 3 pitches. He missed badly with the curve, missed badly with the fastball, and the slider he was able to throw for a strike, and Peralta just missed it. So in his mind, David Peralta, now he is sitting slider until he proves to him that he can throw a fastball or slider for a strike. Since he is ahead in the count 2-1, he can afford another strike. He sits slider and Flaherty throws another slider in almost the exact same spot and Peralta does not miss it. and yet again another bad sequence by the Dodgers pitching staff. And this really is what killed his outing, because like I said, thought these home run, that's no big deal, that's gonna happen. And at this point it was just a 1-run game, and so not only did he give up a 2-run shot, but it was to the 8-hole hitter, which like I said earlier cannot happen. We gotta shut down the bottom of the line. So overall, it was 2 bad starts, but I'm not going to give up on these guys. Both made mistakes. For Yoshi, like I said, he just needs to get control of that splitter and execute with 2 strikes. As for Flaherty, you have to have control of that fastball. You got to stay ahead in counts and not let the other guys beat you. All of these things are doable, and I fully expect him to do this and get better for the postseason. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Dodgers content all postseason long, and go Dodgers.